Part 3. Siheyuan, God-level purchaser. Author, Idle Monkey Brother. Chapter 21. The person who wanted to sell ginseng was a middle-aged man, wearing a blue cloth shirt, and his temperament was completely different from others. Presumably from a scholarly family, I don't know what happened, but I actually want to sell ginseng. Ginseng is a good thing in any era. This ginseng, in particular, looks like it has been growing for at least 100 years. White chubby ginseng with a red rope tied to it. Visually inspect more than half a caddy. If you get the era that has passed, I'm afraid it can be sold for millions. The ginseng tree is contained in a sandalwood box with exquisite workmanship. The sandalwood box, put in the era that passed, can also be worth tens of thousands. This made Zhou Jingming very interested. This ginseng is the king of ginseng, and it will be worth quite a lot in the future, isn't it a pity to sell it? The middle-aged man saw that Zhou Jingming was a knowledgeable person. The frown of his brow stretched a little. Said, "Yes, this is a 300-year-old samking, which has been handed down from my ancestors." He said, "I don't want to sell it either. It's just that I'm now, have to sell. Aunt Zhou, who brought Zhou Jingming over, knows the people of Bentun." "Well," explained on the side. "His name is Weiguo, and he used to be a big family in our Tun, and he was famous in 10 miles and 8 townships. But now, alas, pitiful. My parents died young, my daughter-in-law became ill with tuberculosis, and my son and daughter were old enough to go to school. You need money for everything." This middle-aged man named Weiguo listened to Aunt Zheng's words, and there was a suppressed sadness in his eyes. "Ginseng is precious, but compared to my wife and children, it's a fart. Little master, this ginseng, I only need 50, you take it? 50 yuan for 100-year-old ginseng, how to value it? I think this middle-aged man has also sold it many times. But how to say it? This year, everyone is short of money, and even less of food. Ginseng is precious, in their opinion, that is, a special radish. You can't eat it as a meal yet. What's more, this ginseng can't be eaten indiscriminately. In the era of general lack of oil and water, eating ginseng is like steaming steamed buns in a dry pot, and the steamed buns are steamed for you." Lao Li was also afraid of Zhou Jingming's impulsiveness. Persuaded. "Jingming, this ginseng is good, but our quota has been used up." The middle-aged man was gloomy for a while. "I'm going to take the ginseng and leave." But Zhou Jingming stopped him, took out the money in his arms and counted 60 yuan for him. "Ginseng, I bought it. To be honest, this ginseng, let alone 60, is not expensive to sell for 1 or 200. But I don't have that much spare money, this 60, it's not much, you take it?" The middle-aged Zhen Weiguo trembled violently. 60, not much, but that's life-saving money. He glanced at Zhou Jingming deeply, and then bowed to him, bluffing Zhou Jingming into helping him up. "Well, what is this for? I can't stand it, I can't stand it," Zhen Weiguo said as if he swore an oath. "The grace of saving my life cannot be repaid, little master, wait for me to get through the difficulties." He wanted to say something, but out of caution of character, he didn't say it. All right, I'm just taking a fancy to your ginseng." Zhou Jingming was a little uncomfortable, he had never encountered this battle in his 2 lives combined. However, he could see that Zhen Weiguo was sincere. "I casually responded." He never expected that he would respond casually, and what he should be would be the wealth of the future. Zhen Weiguo is a decisive person, and after taking Zhou Jingming's 60, he didn't stay and immediately returned home. After the acquisition of this ginseng, here comes the system prompt. And this time, there are lucky crits. Or double yolk eggs. Ding, Congratulations on your successful purchase. Congratulations on receiving the critical strike reward, Millennium Ginseng * 200. Congratulations on getting the lucky crit, and you've got a Moyun medicine garden. You get lucky crit, and you get 20 years life extension pill * 2. A medicine garden appeared in the system space, and 200,000-year-old ginseng grew in it. 2 longevity pills, each one is like white fat, with a faint cloud pattern on it. They are packed in a porcelain bottle sent by the system. Zhou Jingming's face was weird. Actually rewarded with such a good thing. With this thing, Hades can't take his life. That's pretty good. He also realized that the more good things you buy, the better the things that come out of the crit, and the higher the chance of triggering the lucky crit. Jingming, you're really a little impulsive. $60, not small money. Lao Li is not worth it for Zhou Jingming. But in my heart, I identify with him even more. Not only because of his kindness, but also because of his courage. The value of ginseng, he also understands. In case life is better in the future, this thing is used at key points. I am afraid that it can greatly change fate. It's a bold investment. But he didn't have the courage to buy this ginseng. It's not because he can't come up with the money, but because he can't afford an uncertain future. It's worth it, it's worth it. Zhou Jingming laughed, very happy. It's so worth it. He pointed to the 200 pounds of big fat pigs. Said to Lao Li. We've run out of quotas, but I want to buy this fat pig, he says. Lao Li, can you lend me some? Now the price of pork, a pound of pork 7 cents 8. Acquisitions come in accordance with 6 cents. 200 pounds of fat pigs, can be worth 120 yuan. He still has 27 yuan, 4 cents, and 8 on his own side, and he has to borrow some strength. Lao Li didn't look at him. Come on, boy, you can't buy this big fat pig privately. I will personally give you 120 yuan first, and I will report the account when I go back. This fat pig is killed, I can apply for a quota of 10 catties of fat pork for you. Lao Li is interesting enough. In these years, how can you buy such a big fat pig privately? It is illegal. Zhou Jingming naturally didn't say anything, and he became more and more sure that Lao Li can handle it. The fat pig was weighed, and it was about the same as estimated, 210 catties, 126 yuan. After the completion of the acquisition, critical hits and lucky crits reappear. Ding, congratulations on your successful purchase. Congratulations on receiving the critical hit reward, Premium Big Fat Pig * 200. Congratulations on getting the lucky crit, you got an 8,000 barn. Well, the chicken coop, the goose coop, and the pig coop are all alive in the space. And when this lucky crit is completed, another good news comes. Congratulations on reaching the acquisition quota and raising the God level acquisition system to level 2. System, actually upgraded. The system of this book will not crit something too outrageous, everyone can watch it with confidence. Welcome the 7-day National Day holiday, read books and have fun, charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. To rush immediately, event period, October 1st to October 7th. Siheyuan, God level purchaser. Author, Idle Monkey Brother. Chapter 22. System, what changes have you made since you upgraded? Instead of aimlessly groping, it is better to simply ask the system. The system answer is also quite decisive. Master, you can plant the crops that come from the crit and produce better crops. Loading warehouses can be set up according to the output of planting, and the crops are permanently fresh. In terms of processing materials, high temperature refining, low temperature freezing, rapid dehydration, and fine cutting are added. The next time you make an acquisition, the crit multiplier will be increased by 2x in base. Zhou Jingming suddenly realized, No wonder the crops are not lucky with the crit. It turns out that after the upgrade, the crops can be planted. It is even possible to set up warehouses to load these crops. Crops are kept fresh forever, and those that are pretended to be 10 or 20 years old are the same as when they were just planted. That's pretty good. As for the processing of materials, these operations allow him to squeeze peanuts into oil, and the process of wheat peeling and grinding is completed in seconds. With these new features, there's so much you can do. It's just not too convenient. Finally, the crit multiplier is increased. He now has a minimum crit multiplier of 10, a maximum of 200x, a 2x boost, a minimum of 20, and a maximum of 400x, which is really not too cool. This wave, a good harvest. Zhou Jingming returned with a full load, and Aunt Zhen wanted to stay with the two of them for dinner halfway. But the two of them are like arrows, how can they stay here to eat, and leave decisively? Full of goods, full of big trucks, chickens and geese crowing, and a big fat pig swishing. Just drove back to the rolling mill. Along the way, I really don't know how many eyes I received. After arriving at the place, Lao Li went to the delivery reconciliation. Zhou Jingming began to take stock of the harvest this time, and now, in his system space, 9 boxes of golden chicken cakes, high-quality sweet potatoes, Chinese cabbage, eggplant, green peppers, onions, green onions, potatoes, wheat, peanuts. More than 200,000 caddies. 44,000 pounds of best peanuts. A large freshwater lake, a chicken house, a goose house, and a pig house. A Moyun medicine garden, 200,000 years of ginseng. High quality large carp 99, high quality. Crucian carp 580, high quality warp mouth white 600, high quality large blackfish 740, high quality eel 880, high quality loach 4000, high quality river shrimp 150,000, 150 old hens, 200 geese, 200 big fat pigs. 2 20-year longevity pills. These materials are enough for him to live comfortably and nourishingly in the days to come. Seeing that Lao Li is still busy, no one cares about him now. He started growing vegetables. Growing vegetables is a natural instinct rooted in genes. In the past, he played a small vegetable planting game that was popular all over the country. That's still not anything substantial. Still had a lot of fun, and in the middle of the night, the three watched other people's vegetable gardens mature and steal vegetables. Keen to unlock new vegetables. Later, when I got older and had savings, I wanted to live in the countryside and build a vegetable garden to grow vegetables and eat by myself. Back to business. Now the system space is so vast and boundless, and these critical crops can be cultivated. Of course, it was planted immediately. Sure enough, as soon as his mind moved, pieces of land were turned up. That scene is really amazing. Then, those that can be planted, such as garlic, onions, potatoes, sweet potatoes, wheat, peanuts, green onions, etc., all fly up and bury themselves in the ground in an instant. The land is also automatically adjusted to the most suitable state for their growth. In a matter of minutes, these crops are planted. Piece by piece, ridge by ridge, looking at it has a sense of accomplishment. The rest of those crops, vegetables. Zhou Jingming thought about it for a while, and one by one daxing warehouses were born out of thin air. Load these crops neatly into categories. Chicken coops, goose coops, pig coops, have also been appropriately adjusted. The old hens, big fat geese, and big fat pigs inside are all fierce and alive. The whole system space is now in order. After sorting out these, Zhou Jingming breathed a sigh of relief. I began to wonder if I should stew an old hen tonight and roast a pork belly to eat. You're shit lucky. At this time, Lin Chao walked in and looked at Zhou Jingming with envy and hatred. A mouthful of sourness. Today, Zhou Jingming is too beautiful, such a large carload of acquisitions. Not to mention that this month's acquisition quota is completed, even next month, it's no problem at all. As for him, he ran in the cold wind for a day today, and he wore out his mouth, and he didn't complete a single acquisition. Can he not be jealous? He regretted it very much. Why didn't he have more money in the first place, and trap that old ant? In fact, not only Lin Chao was jealous, but the other low-level purchasers in the ministry were also jealous. More than 7 tons of materials were purchased, and there was even a big fat pig. Driving the Yellow River Dakara back, it's really beautiful. Zhou Jingming is in a good mood today, and he is too lazy to take care of Lin Chao, so let him go sour. But he didn't scare, but someone scolded him for him. What Jingming can do, you Lin Chao can't do. Recorder Lao Li walked in with a middle-aged man in a work uniform. This middle-aged man is the captain who manages the rolling mill fleet, named Su Yifu, and is a veteran. He saw Zhou Jingming and praised it. Good boy, the tiger father has no dogs, this Yellow River heavy truck that few people can control, you can actually control it. In the future, the factory will pull a lot of goods, come and help me. It turned out that Su Yifu heard Lao Li say that he drove the heavy truck quickly and steadily. After inspecting the vehicle in detail, he became interested in Zhou Jingming. As soon as he said this, Lao Li suddenly became anxious. Lao Su, you are not authentic like this, and you are not interested in prying the corners of the wall. Jingming is determined to be a senior acquirer, and he won't go to your team. Su Yifu glared at Lao Li. Li Huazhong, you are looking down on people with the eyes of a dog. Who said I'm going to pry your corner? I'm just asking Xiao Zhou if he's interested in driving. Seeing that the two were fighting, Zhou Jingming couldn't cry or laugh. Captain Su, look at what you said, you have to look up to me, call me, and I'll go over to help, he said. But I'm really interested in acquisitions. Zhou Jingming's 2 sentences were calm and stable, which made Lao Li and Captain Su feel comfortable. Su Yifu praised and said to Lao Li with a little jealousy. Lao Li, you are really lucky to have such a capable leader. The people under him, if they have half the transparency of this small weak. He's just happy. The two talked, completely ignoring Lin Chao. Lin Chao was bored with himself, he was gray early, and left angrily. At noon, lunch is settled in the factory canteen. Zhou Jingming took the lunch box and lined up behind the workers. The rolling mill has 10,000 employees, divided into 4 canteens, east, west, north, and south. Each canteen can accommodate 3,000 people at the same time. The place where he eats is the East Canteen. Despite the opening of 20 meal windows, each team is still like a long queue. Zhou Jingming queued up for almost half an hour. When it was almost his turn, a plump figure twisted his waist. Immediately cut in front of him. He didn't speak. The people behind him are not satisfied. Qin Huiru, why are you cutting in line? Welcome the 7-day National Day holiday, read books and have fun, charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. To rush immediately, event period, October 1st to October 7th. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Siheyuan, God-level purchaser. Author, Idle Monkey Brother. Chapter 23. Qin Huiru looked back and smiled brightly. Who said I cut the line? I've asked De Mao to line up for me. Isn't it, Su De Mao? Su De Mao said triumphantly. Of course, my team is lined up for Sister Qin. Although the people behind were dissatisfied, they didn't want to offend Su De Mao, so forget it. Zhou Jingming looked at this scene. But it was secretly staggering. History is always strikingly similar. Not. Though. That's not right. At this time, Qin Huiru's husband Jia Dongxiu is still alive, right? Zhou Jingming glanced at it twice, but he saw that it was different from the TV series. Now Su Daimao is standing behind Qin Huiru, and the two are very close to each other because of crowding. But Su Daimao's hands were not affectionately on Qin Huiru's shoulders. Qin Huiru's expression did not have that inexplicable flattery. Qin Huiru really just asked Su Daimao to occupy the team. Did not ask him to buy white flour steamed buns and dishes. But, Su Daimao, if you show a movie tonight, can you help me occupy two top positions? What's up, Sister Qin, what do you think? What do you think? Isn't my man repairing a rolling mill with an uncle today, and then I want to take him to watch a movie to relax? Sister Qin, then I can't help you. If you want to watch a movie, I can give you a special seat and sit next to me. Go, 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 poor mouth. You can't help me with this favor, I'll be angry if you don't help me. Help, we must help. Soon, to the two of them to eat. It was Hiyuju who was cooking. Sister Qin, what do you want to eat? Qin Huiru took out the lunchbox and said to Hiyuju. 6 white flour steamed buns, 1 sliced meat stewed with potatoes, 1 fried beans with meat, and 1 braised Chinese cabbage in oil. Hiyuju suddenly hissed. Sister Qin, have you made a fortune? Qin Huiru smiled and said. My man is not going to repair the rolling mill today. After repairing the rolling mill, he is also a second-class fitter. Gotta celebrate. Hiyuju felt a little uncomfortable in his heart. But he was used to it, and he had no heart or lungs, so he brought this discomfort over. After taking 6 white flour steamed buns, there was no rest in his hands. A big spoonful of food for her. Fill the 3 vegetable boxes she brought. Qin Huiru handed over the steamed bun ticket and the dish ticket. Thank you. Walked away lightly. It's Su Daimao's turn. 2 white flour steamed buns, 1 meat fried beans. Hiyuju had a cold face, and threw 2 steamed buns into Su Daimao's lunchbox. With a flip of the spoon, the dish was directly missing by 1/3, and it was cut at Su Daimao's vegetable box. Su Daimao was so angry that he shouted. It's obviously the same dish ticket, why is her Qin Huiru's dish twice as much as mine? Hiyuju scolded him with his nostrils. I'm willing, can you take care of it? Love to eat, don't eat. Su Daimao was so angry that he was going to die, but he had never been able to fight Hiyuju, so he had to suffer this loss. When it was Zhou Jingming's turn. 4 white flour steamed buns, 1 sliced meat stewed with potatoes, and 1 braised Chinese cabbage in oil. Hiyuju glanced at Zhou Jingming. The dish on the spoon, shook a little, shook again. Only 1/3 of it was shaken off before it was given to him. Zhou Jingming didn't expect this result. Naturally, I am not angry. Leave with your lunchbox. It was quite sympathetic to the people in line behind him. What's wrong with him? Offended Chef Ho. It's so stupid, who doesn't know, in the rolling mill, you can't offend Chef He if you offend anyone. Doesn't this get along with your own stomach? Hiyuju was also a little surprised. He originally wanted to see Zhou Jingming thunderous. And then use his authority in the cafeteria to suppress him. Shame on him. Unexpectedly, Zhou Jingming was uncharacteristically calm today. It's so calm that she doesn't seem to take him seriously at all. It's like when he punches hard and ends up hitting cotton. It's particularly boring. Zhou Jingming, in fact, just wants to taste it. What is the difference between this ordinary white flour steamed bun, potato, Chinese cabbage, and the one in his space? It's not for hunger or anything. Naturally, I won't be angry with Hiyuju for missing 2/3 of his dishes. Can he be so angry? Amazing, cooked later, put it directly in the space for storage. Take it out and eat it, it's still hot. When the meal is served, pick up the white flour steamed bun and take a bite. His brows furrowed. Hard. The taste is too hard. There's also an astringency. It is said that it is a white flour steamed bun, but in fact, it is yellow, which is also caused by the lack of fine shelling. After all, to feed 10,000 people, you really won't use fine white noodles to make it. These are coarse noodles, aged noodles. Also, it's impossible to give it enough time to ferment. Without yeast, it's winter again. Isn't this side just thrown out and can kill someone? Eat the meat stew with potatoes again. He spit it out. The meat is meat, but the pig is in the water, and there is a fishy smell. The potatoes are also not peeled. It's impossible to do it finely, but it's good to cook it. As for the Chinese cabbage, Light smells the smell. He has no desire to speak. Too bad. Not to mention comparing it with the vegetables produced by the space, even the dishes he has eaten are also a big kill. It turns out that in this era, not everything is an original good. I finally understood why people call the factory's food pig food. But that's what he said, and he said that after eating a mouth. Look at the workers in the rolling mill, which one is not eating fragrantly? And even a lot of praise. The food is good today, and you can still see meat. This meal, eat happily, but unfortunately not every day. Have you heard, our purchasing department purchased a big fat pig today, which made the dish a little fishy. €1. Zhou Jingming really can't eat it? Thinking of the best peanuts, my mind moved. A plate of peanuts is fried in seconds. Zhou Jingming took out a handful of peanuts from his pocket, opened the shell, and ate fried peanuts. The peanuts are fried just right, and the thin skin is gently rubbed. A peanut kernel the size of an index finger belly is rubbed out. Throw it in your mouth, chew it lightly. The crispy peanut flavor fills my mouth. That's pure incense, that's the ultimate incense. By no means comparable to any artificial fragrance. Moreover, after eating, there is no greasy feeling at all. It is fragrant to the extreme, crispy to the extreme. After eating, the mouth is full of fragrance. This fragrance soon could not be hidden, and it was smelled. What a scent! What a smell! It seems to be the fragrance of peanuts, but peanuts are so fragrant. Well, this peanut is so big and fragrant. Everyone quickly locked the position and looked at Zhou Jingming's table. On the table, a pile of peanut shells. But even the peanut shell also exudes a pure peanut fragrance. Not to mention, how fragrant peanut kernels are. Welcome the 7-day National Day holiday, read books and have fun, charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. To rush immediately, event period, October 1st to October 7th. Siheyuan, God-level purchaser. Author, Idle Monkey Brother. Chapter 24. I saw Zhou Jingming find another peanut. What a big peanut. It's rare to see such a big person. Click. Pinch the peanuts apart and rub the skin to reveal the peanut kernels like pearls. When you chew it, there is a strong peanut fragrance within 1 meter. There are people who know Zhou Jingming, and finally can't help it. Xiaozhou, your peanuts are so fragrant, can you give me 2 to taste? Taste. Zhou Jingming took out the last 4 peanuts in his pocket. That's all there are left, gone. Do you want it? 4 peanuts, called Hanako. The man hesitated slightly, and the 4 peanuts in Zhou Jingming's hand were divided by the 4 co-workers' eldest sisters. They couldn't help but be greedy. When it comes to snacks, no matter what era it is, women are always more interested than men. When the peanut got it, they felt the head. These peanuts are so big. No, it's almost half the palm of my hand. It's so fragrant, I don't know how it tastes. Taste it? Taste it, taste it? The 4 co-workers and the eldest sister clicked and peeled the shell. They are much more careful and cautious than Zhou Jingming. Peel the peanut kernels out, and the fragrance will spread uncontrollably. It's so fragrant. Look at the peanut kernel again, it is white and clear, and it is too different from ordinary peanuts. It's so beautiful that these co-workers can hardly bear to eat it. Everyone was already teased by the fragrance of peanuts. It's going to come all around. Urging. Eat, tell me what it tastes like. Don't ink, eat it. If you don't eat it, I'll eat it. At the urging of the worker, the eldest sister of the worker put the peanuts in her mouth. This chew. The whole person was stunned, and couldn't help but close his eyes and feel the fragrance of peanuts back and forth. Fragrant, so fragrant. The taste buds of eating pig food for a long time are completely stimulated, opened, and tasted to the fullest. A peanut kernel is reluctant to swallow. But just like that, the continuous release of fragrance has not diminished because of chewing. Their expressions as if they had eaten an elixir. It's a spoiled for the people around. What does it smell like? Tell me about it. Let's eat the rest of the peanut kernels. Someone is going to snatch the remaining peanuts from their hands. Immediately alert like eagles, they quickly put the remaining peanut kernels in their pockets. After glancing at each other, tacitly scramble for the peanut shells on the table. These peanut shells are also fragrant. Take it back and grind it into powder, which can be used as peanut butter. The people around me were even more puzzled. Why did you grab the peanut shells? There is gold in these peanut shells. I wonder if it's boring, but this big peanut makes them all worry about it. The person who asked Zhou Jingming for peanuts before regretted it too much. He hesitated before letting the four mothers-in-law snatch the peanuts. That peanut. What does it smell like? The more curious, the more seductive. He usually kept staring at Zhou Jingming, and spit it out when he saw him take a bite of the food. Eat peanuts on your own. The boss in my heart is not happy. The 10,000-person meal in the big canteen is, of course, no more elaborate than the small fried food he makes. But I didn't say who vomited after eating it. Even if the field manager wants to have fun with the people, then they will all eat cleanly. Just you, Zhou Jingming's mouth. And the peanuts. Just eat a peanut. What does it mean to be surrounded by a group of people? What are you all doing? Don't eat anymore. Think I'm cooking bad. He walked over, and as soon as he walked over, he smelled the residual fragrance in the air. How sensitive his nose is. I smell it all at once, and this peanut is absolutely superb. You can grind some peanut butter and mix it in vegetables and noodles. That can definitely improve the quality of a bowl of dishes and a bowl of noodles. He usually also opens small stoves for more than a dozen factories around him from time to time. I've seen a lot of peanuts, and I've used a lot of peanut butter. There are even foreign ones. But there has never been a peanut of this quality. He suddenly felt uncomfortable in his heart, and he was uncomfortable. Seeing that his face was not good, everyone was scattered. Then how can it, if you don't cook well, who will cook better? Everyone went back to their seats to eat. But somehow, after smelling that peanut smell, I really can't eat these meals. I don't feel good when I barely eat it. Especially the four co-workers who ate the peanut kernels, they simply closed the lunchbox and only tasted the aftertaste of the peanut kernels. He usually couldn't get angry. At this time, he saw a peanut shell fall on the ground. The ghost went over and picked it up. Cyranus is really big. Smell it? The face became even darker. Zhou Jingming, that poor ghost, can actually eat such a superlative. He hasn't even eaten it. No matter what era it is, whether it is rich or poor, the pursuit of food is eternal. When you can't eat enough, the taste will take a backseat and only seek to be satisfied. When you are full, the pursuit of taste comes up. And not only to eat well, but also to eat high-quality products, to eat the best. He usually asked himself, he is a chef, in this era when people can't eat enough. You can eat well, and you have a lot of superiority psychologically. The things he had eaten were all things that others couldn't eat. But now, Zhou Jingming was right under his nose, eating this legendary best peanut very fragrantly. He could only pick up the skin and smell it. Suddenly the boss in my heart is not a taste. Didn't you just collect some excellent peanuts, what is now? In a fit of rage, he threw away the peanut shells. But 3 seconds later, he picked up the peanut shell again, put it in his pocket, and left pretending to have nothing to do. However, the commotion caused by this superb peanut did not end. Have you heard? Xiao Zhou of the purchasing department purchased a basket of high-quality peanuts today. That taste, tisk. Didn't you see those 4 old ladies covering a few peanut kernels like treasures? That peanut shell is big, it's still 4 people's, that fragrant. I really want to taste something. No, I have to take care of Xiao Zhou. Okay, don't think about it, you and I can eat peanuts. Xiao Zhou just tasted it. The rest are led from above. Xiao Zhou of the purchasing department, I saw that he drove a big cart to receive the goods today. What a capable person, even a big cart can be opened. Purchasing department. Zhou Jingming gave the food in the lunch box to the recorder Lao Li. Lao Li, you have a lot of family, and I will taste these meals, if you don't dislike it. Take it home and eat it. Lao Li pushed his glasses. Aren't you hungry after a busy day? Zhou Jingming said, after eating some peanuts, there is oil in the stomach, and I am not hungry. Lao Li is not a hypocrisy, his family has a large family, 2.5 children, that can be eaten. Then you're welcome. Zhou Jingming divided more than half of the collected eels, crucian carp, loaches, and river shrimp. You can take this back too, and ask your aunt to make soup and eat. These 2 buckets of fish and shrimp were purchased by Zhou Jingming in his own private name. 1 point gave Lao Li more than half. Lao Li is really embarrassed. This can't be done, this can't be done. 2 buckets of parallel goods cost you 5 yuan 5, how can I take most of it for nothing? Zhou Jingming stuffed the fish bucket over. How can you say that it is plain? You have helped me a lot, if I don't say anything, won't I be a white-eyed wolf? Besides, I'm alone, I can eat well if I make a little more. He said. You are in charge of a large family, this is almost the new year, you can't give a tooth sacrifice. When Lao Li heard this, he looked at Zhou Jingming deeply. I feel more and more that he is benevolent and righteous. You said that this half bucket of fish and shrimp, can he not be moved when he sees it? Of course it's exciting. He doesn't buy them, just because these fish and shrimp have no oil and water. But it's great to use them to improve your diet. Stir-fried river prawns, how fragrant it is. Loach stewed tofu, the gods don't do it. Crucian carp soup. Oh, I can't think about it. I can't think about it, it's all flowing out. In that case, it's better to be respectful than to obey. Lao Li looked at Zhou Jingming, and he was more pleasing to him. What a posterity! Look at his clothes don't fit. Then he said, Jingming, in this way, I will take the fish and shrimp, and I will pull some cloth when I turn around, and let my family make you a set of clothes. Zhou Jingming is happy. He was wearing this dress too old, and he had long wanted to change it. Oh, thank you so much. The 2 were talking and laughing, and a crisp voice sounded like a yellow warbler out of the valley. You're really here, I'm looking for you. Welcome the 7-day National Day holiday, read books and have fun, charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. To rush immediately, event period, October 1st to October 7th. Siheyuan, God-level purchaser. Author, Idle Monkey Brother. Chapter 25. It's Lu Xiaoyi. Lu Xiaoyi is wearing a white cashmere hat today and a woolen sweater on her upper body. Wearing slim-fitting cashmere pants underneath. Kick in little leather boots. In addition, she has white skin and is wearing this. The whole thing is brighter than snow, don't be too dazzling. In this era, it is very rare to wear such a color, everyone's blue or rustic floral fat cotton clothes, cotton pants. Not to mention paying attention to the fit, just want to dress warm and not freeze. When people come out, it's like a ball. Lu Xiaoyi is very different. Standing there beautifully, it attracts a lot of attention. In the eyes of men, it is amazing. The woman's gaze, that is jealousy, envy, and hatred. Zhou Jingming wondered, Lu Xiaoyi is not very good at wearing it, and she has the capital to wear it like this. Why in the TV series, she didn't see anything dressed by Miss Shijia, except for the green leather bag on the wall that hinted at her origin. She was dressed no different from the other women in the compound. After thinking about it again, I understand. It must have been Su Daimao who suppressed her beauty-loving nature and didn't allow her to wear it like this. It's a pity. Why are you shaking your head, don't you see me? That. Shall I go? Lu Xiaoyi thought that Zhou Jingming shook her head, because she didn't want to see her. Didn't know that he was sympathizing with her, of course, sympathizing with her who married Su Daimao. Now she is stunningly brilliant. No, no. Do you have something to do with me? Lu Xiaoyi put her hands behind her back, jumped up the street slope smartly, and entered the purchasing department. Curious to look here, look there. Why, can't I look for you if I'm fine? Lu Xiaoyi entered the procurement department, and it was like a ray of light shining in. The other buyers in the purchasing department stopped their work and crowded in front of her. Follow the back of her ass and turn her head. You know, most of these acquirers are bachelors. Lu Xiaoyi, a goddess-level character, even if she can't marry, it's good to take a look at it more. This kind of posture, Lu Xiaoyi has long been surprised. Quietly kept his distance from several other acquirers and approached Zhou Jingming. Zhou Jingming said while greeting the people who came to sell the goods. Yes, yes, but I'm working. Having tasted the sweetness of system upgrades, Zhou Jingming was unwilling to give up any opportunity to acquire. It just so happened that these buyers were not thinking about the acquisition, and he made several orders. Lu Xiaoyi pouted slightly. However, when I thought of something, I pursed my lips and smiled. She simply dragged a stool and sat down, holding her cheeks, watching Zhou Jingming work. From time to time, there is a pair of words that are not matched. I told my dad about yesterday. My dad is very interested in you and wants to invite you to my house for dinner tomorrow. Don't worry, don't go by yourself, our driver will pick you up. Zhou Jingming also listened. Eat, you don't have to eat. I have a job tomorrow. Lu Xiaoyi pouted playfully again. Isn't it just an acquisition, don't worry, I'll compensate you. You just take a day off tomorrow, and I will compensate you no less than twice the purchase amount of the truck you pulled today. Lu Xiaoyi's words successfully aroused Zhou Jingming's interest. But I don't believe it. Really? It's better than pearls. Can you count? Don't you underestimate me, don't forget whose daughter I am. Zhou Jingming was stunned. In fact, it's not that he doesn't believe Lu Xiaoyi. It's just that the portrayal of her in the TV series is almost all in the compound. Around Su Daimao and He Yizhu. These two people are in business, but they don't have fart talent. All day long in the parents, lingering at the useless dinner table, and with the widows. There's no room for her to play at all. Later, their family went to Xiangjiang, and it didn't take 10 years to make a fortune. Later, Lu Xiaoyi came back to help the poor and opened a restaurant. If you don't have some talent in business, you can do it to this extent. Can only say that Lu Xiaoyi in the TV series is really unlucky, and ill-fated. Okay, I'll take a leave of absence tomorrow. Zhou Jingming agreed. If you don't agree, That's a fool. A few buyers who circled around Lu Xiaoyi heard their conversation. That's called jealousy. This week, Jingming is really lucky, he has met the god of wealth, this is true. Or an amazingly beautiful goddess of wealth. Twice the purchase amount. Isn't that the acquisition amount of 2,000 yuan? It's so ruthless. I'm so envious of people. The recorder Lao Li was recording on the side, happy, and knew in his heart that it was Lu Xiaoyi who watched last week's boy. He'd love to see it happen. Zhou Jingming is 100 times stronger than that Su Daimao. The two of them became, that is the golden boy and the girl, a good story. Then he said along the way. Jingming, this child, has a heart, is thoughtful, courageous, and careful, and is a rare good offspring. Ability is not showy, but kindness. I don't have a daughter, I want to have a daughter, I recognize him as a son-in-law. The two sentences made Lu Xiaoyi's cheeks fly. I want to cover up and say, Uncle. Our family just wanted to treat him to a meal and show our gratitude. Lao Li is simply a god assist, ruthless flirting. Eat, dress, marry. If you eat too much, won't your feelings come out? Lu Xiaoyi couldn't help but cover her face. Oh. I'm not going to say anything. Lao Li laughed for a while. Zhou Jingming silently acquired. Lu Xiaoyi, shy, opened the slit in her palm, and peeked at Zhou Jingming. The more I look at it, the more handsome I feel. Especially the look of serious work. After Su Daimao finished the screening, he was passing by this alley with a box containing the film. Seeing Lu Xiaoyi sitting opposite Zhou Jingming, talking and laughing. That heart, suddenly it was not a taste. The woman who felt that she belonged to herself was pried away by Zhou Jingming. At this time, it is also time to get off work. Lu Xiaoyi's voice came out crisply again. Since you're going to my house for dinner, you can't wear this outfit. Let's go, I'll take you to the supply and marketing cooperatives to buy a cashmere tunic suit. Hearing this, Su Daimao suddenly churned with jealousy. A cashmere tunic is at least 40 yuan, which is worth his monthly salary. Lu Xiaoyi actually said that she would buy it. Welcome the 7-day National Day holiday, read books and have fun, charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. To rush immediately, event period, October 1st to October 7th. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Siheyuan, God-level purchaser. Author, Idle Monkey Brother. Chapter 26. I heard that Lu Xiaoyi was going to buy clothes for herself. Zhou Jingming hurriedly refused. No, what clothes do I want you to buy? As a human being in two lives, he has no habit of letting women spend money. What's not to do? You've helped me a lot, I don't think it's enough to buy you clothes to repay the favor. In Lu Xiaoyi's heart, Zhou Jingming saved her. Prevent her from falling into the fire pit. She inquired. If she really marries that Su Daimao, the life after marriage is bearable. She still has to tie knots for those inexplicable things every day. Besides, she and Su Daimao are not all the way at all. But according to her temperament, if she really marries Su Daimao, 80% of her is going to grit her teeth and get by. Isn't this life ruined? Zhou Jingming not only helped her, he simply saved her. Let's go, I'm going to have to buy you clothes today. You have to at least make a good impression on my dad. Zhou Jingming was surprised. Why do I want to make a good impression on your dad when I go to dinner? Lu Xiaoyi's face turned red again, but she didn't say it explicitly. Su Daimao, the nasty ghost, asked his mother to intercede, and once again said that his mother was moved. Promised to give him a chance. Although she had already shot Su Daimao in her heart. But it's not good to disobey my mother. But if such a person appears, Su Daimao will be killed in all aspects. Her mother might just give up on her original idea. Even if her mother thinks of Su Daimao, if her father takes a fancy to Zhou Jingming, it won't be. So for tomorrow's dinner, Zhou Jingming must be dressed up to play. She's dragging it today, and she has to drag him to buy good clothes. No, I'm not in the habit of asking women to buy me clothes. If you want to buy it, I'll buy it myself. Zhou Jingming is very insistent. What is this? Lu Xiaoyi saw that he refused to comply, and when she stomped her foot on the ground, her eyes turned red. Why are you so brainless? Isn't it just a set of clothes? What's wrong with me buying you? Shame on you. You dislike me so much. Lu Xiaoyi was like that, as if she had been greatly wronged. She was about to cry. Where can Zhou Jingming stand this? Me too. Lu Xiaoyi is just to repay the favor. Forget it, give her this opportunity. Nor is he a stubborn man. Okay. I promise you, okay. Lu Xiaoyi burst into tears and laughed. Wouldn't you have said that earlier? See, you get me. Pulling the sleeves of Zhou Jingming's clothes, he walked out. This scene, I saw that several buyers and Su Daimao were panicked in their hearts. If they hadn't been able to beat Zhou Jingming, they really wanted to press him to the ground and beat him. What is this called? Actually let a beautiful girl beg to buy clothes? Is there something like this? Can be. I'm so envious. I'm so jealous. As soon as the two went out, they happened to see Su Daimao with a gloomy face. Where are you going? As soon as Su Daimao opened his mouth was full of vinegar, as if he had caught rape on the spot, and saw that his wife was wearing a green hat for himself. Looking at Lu Xiaoyi holding Zhou Jingming's sleeve again, the anger suddenly rose. I can't wait to beat Zhou Jingming half through. But thinking about Zhou Jingming's force value, he still wisely dispelled this idea. Lu Xiaoyi saw Su Daimao, as if she had eaten a fly. Snorted coldly. You can control where we go. Su Daimao was furious. You guys are pulling and pulling on the streets, what kind of system have you become? Hey, Lu Xiaoyi's temper tantrum came up. Suddenly. Pinched his small waist and scolded. You're so blind a euro, there's no cure. Who are you? Put me on the nose and in the face. Whoever I pull and who I want you to care, virtue. If you put this persecution on Lai again, do you believe it by calling the police? Zhou Jingming was on the side and put down the big palm that was about to be made. Breathtaking. Lu Xiaoyi actually has such a pungent side. He likes it, though. Su Daimao was scolded by Lu Xiaoyi, his face was red and his neck was thick, and he was pure and angry. Angry. Hate. Vinegar. He can't talk back yet, and as soon as he talks back, it's completely out of play. Bear with it? It's unbearable. Lu Xiaoyi scolded, calmed down, and glanced at Zhou Jingming. I was embarrassed again. That, I'm not usually like that. The main thing is, this guy is not a thing. The shy and timid look, and then compare it with Su Daimao's attitude. It's just two heavens. Su Daimao was so angry that he was about to vomit blood. Let's go buy clothes. Lu Xiaoyi dragged Zhou Jingming's sleeve and walked forward. Su Daimao was so angry, he kicked his 28 bars down on the spot. The box also toppled to the ground, and the pieces were scattered. He panicked and went to pick up the film and roll the film, but the film at that time was film. This exposure is a bad dish. He was so angry that he scolded Zhou Jingming for being a disaster. Clothes. I'm going to see what clothes you buy. Dongmen Supply and Marketing Cooperative. It is the largest supply and marketing cooperatives of this generation, with a total of 12 stores and occupies a 2-story building. When I came to the clothing store, there were 12 counters, full of all kinds of cotton clothes and pants. Lu Xiaoyi pulled the person to the place and opened her voice. Salesman, buy a cashmere tunic. The salesman walked over and saw Lu Xiaoyi and Zhou Jingming, and his eyes suddenly lit up. The beauty of the woman, the handsomeness of the man. What a match made in heaven. Do you have a ticket? Cashmere tunics need to be purchased with a ticket. In these days, wearing cashmere clothes is a very high-grade thing. But cashmere clothes are not so easy to buy. Tickets are scarce and hard to find. With a ticket, you have to look at the price, and the price is also expensive. So there are really not many customers who come to buy cashmere clothes. Yes. Lu Xiaoyi was obviously prepared and took out the cashmere jacket purchase ticket. With the ticket, the salesman was very welcoming. The cashmere jacket is in the counter, I'll take you over to pick and choose. Arrived at the cashmere clothing purchase counter. Pieces of cashmere clothes hung there. If you follow Zhou Jingming's vision, these cashmere clothes are obviously outdated. But in this era, these cashmere clothes, that's the card. Pick, how about this set? Lu Xiaoyi is obviously not bad for money, so she took a set of clothes and compared it to Zhou Jingming. You really have an eye, this green cashmere jacket is really good, and it looks like a lot of people in it. Salespeople work marketing. Lu Xiaoyi was not very satisfied. No, this hair is not soft enough, prick your hands, change the set, this blue set, right. Lu Xiaoyi went to get a blue cashmere tunic. But the salesman immediately stopped her. You can't. Take this set of clothes costs 88 yuan, and it can't be broken. Lu Xiaoyi quit. Count out 100 pieces and put them on the table. If it's broken, I'll pay for it. Can you try it now? What is called wealth, this is called wealth. Su Daimao, who followed behind, almost died of anger. Welcome the 7-day National Day holiday, read books and have fun, charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. To rush immediately, event period, October 1st to October 7th. Siheyuan, God-level purchaser. Author, Idle Monkey Brother. Chapter 27. That's 100 pieces. Top him for more than 2 months' salary. He usually hooks up with women and treats them to dinner, spending a maximum of 2 or 3 yuan. Even if you spend a little money and buy a padded jacket and cotton pants, it's only 16 yuan. That can hook a woman. But this Lu Xiaoyi, just buying a dress for Zhou Jingming, sold for 100 yuan. His heart is getting worse and worse. If only the money could be used for yourself. The mind is alive again. No, Lu Xiaoyi, I must marry, I must not be cheap Zhou Jingming. Zhou Jingming wants to be good with Lu Xiaoyi, with me Su Daimao here, no way. He probed his head, stretched his ears, and looked back there. The salesman was obviously stopped by Lu Xiaoyi and did not stop him. Lu Xiaoyi hurriedly took the clothes to Zhou Jingming. Try it, this outfit looks good, it should suit you. Zhou Jingming, secretly speechless, had a strange feeling in his heart. Isn't he being fostered? Forget it. I wanted to change my clothes. In the future, I will make more money, and I will return it. He calmly took the suit and went into the changing room to change. I have to say that Lu Xiaoyi's vision is very good. The size of this outfit is just right. Worn on the body, the cashmere is close to the body and is quite scraped. How? Wait for him to come out of the changing room. The eyes of Lu Xiaoyi and the salesman, who were waiting on the side, lit up. Originally, Zhou Jingming looked very much like a certain top class, so naturally there is nothing to say about his appearance. 2 fitness pills down, how good and good the figure is, it can be called a walking hanger. Wearing this tunic suit, it is a drastic change in image. 2 women are fascinated. The saleswoman at the other counter couldn't help but stare at it. This young man is so handsome. That temperament, That's good. Like an intellectual, with a temperament. I dare say that if he wears this for a while, the sales of cashmere clothes can double. Lu Xiaoyi came back to her senses and wiped the saliva from the corners of her mouth. Looked straight at Zhou Jingming with both eyes, and praised like stars in his eyes. It's really a person who relies on clothes and horses to saddle up, and he changes you into such a. There are a few people who can beat you. Men, who don't like to listen to compliments. Zhou Jingming is the same. It's just average, it's okay. Lu Xiaoyi sneered. Why are you so shameless and skinless? It's not okay to be humble. I was so relaxed and happy. Somehow, with this person, she was relaxed and happy, as if she was with him. Even the air becomes sweeter. In addition to this, there is an inexplicable sense of security. It seems that with him, the bad luck that should have befallen her has become a blessing. Look at Zhou Jingming's suitability like a tunic suit. Lu Xiaoyi waved her little hand. Give me another set. I took out the ticket again and chose a brown tunic suit, which is second only to this set, priced at 75. Zhou Jingming is wearing it, and he is also very handsome. This counter is already crowded with people, densely packed, almost all of them are women. Lu Xiaoyi looked at it, proud and worried. Even a little regretful. This man is so handsome. It's so recruiting. It's okay to wear it in tatters, but if you want to dress him well, how many women will worry about it? No, you have to hurry. Forget it. 2 sets of cashmere clothes, 163 yuan, are left in ordinary people's homes, and there is still a year left to spend. No. Lu Xiaoyi categorically refused, recruiting people and giving him expenses in Zhou Jingming. She was already completely biased towards giving him expenses. Today I'm in charge, he said. These 2 sets of clothes, wear them separately. You put on a cashmere jacket and changed back to those tattered pants, doesn't that slap me in the face? You have to wear both of these clothes. Lu Xiaoyi showed a little domineering. Zhou Jingming felt that he was pampered. It's a wonderful feeling, even though I haven't experienced before. But it doesn't feel bad. It's not that he doesn't have a firm position, but Lu Xiaoyi gives her too much. When I go to her house tomorrow, I will bring 20 caddies of high-quality pork, 10 caddies of high-quality peanuts, and 2 superlative old hens. Millennial ginseng. Millennial ginseng is still counted, it's too dazzling to explain. He pondered. From time to time in the future, send something to Lu Xiaoyi's house. You can't take people's clothes for nothing, don't you? Besides, Lu Xiaoyi has to match him up and complete an acquisition of 2,000 yuan. Zhou Jingming's old clothes were lost by Lu Xiaoyi. Wear a set. Mention a set out of the supply and marketing cooperative. After going out, the people who had gathered together just now couldn't help but gossip. Wow, what kind of girl is that? She is beautiful and so rich. The guy is also quite good. Okay, that Zhongshan suit is worn. Tisk, I want to buy a set. Pull it down. Do you have a ticket? Can you afford it? This. Hey, envy, when will a rich girl take a fancy to me? I know a widow who is quite rich, but she is 60 years old. Am I that kind of person? If you have a problem with your ideology, you will be happy if the little girl is rich, and you will not be happy if the old widow is rich. Su Daimao was on the side, and the more he listened, the more angry he became. I couldn't help but hold a cotton coat and tug at it. It's infuriating. It's infuriating. 2 sets. I actually bought 2 sets of cashmere clothes. 2 sets, 163 pieces. That's 163 pieces. His salary is only 44 a month, which is almost his 4-month salary. He shows movies to people, and he can earn 20 per game, and he can show 3 or 4 shows in a month, and earn 50 or 60. He already feels superior and very rich. I always feel that Lu Xiaoyi marries him, it is a high marriage, and he does not lose others. But look at it now, people casually bought 2 sets of cashmere clothes for Zhou Jingming. Besides, it's a good thing that money can't buy. You have to get a ticket. The other party takes 2 sets of tickets. He regretted that he didn't make a good impression on the blind date that day. He was even more angry, blaming Zhou Jingming for stirring up the situation. Now that Zhou Jingming and Lu Xiaoyi are fighting hotly, how can he swallow this breath? Hey, you, what about you, what are you doing? Why are you tearing your clothes are torn up. Compensate me. Welcome the 7-day National Day holiday, read books and have fun, charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. To rush immediately, event period, October 1st to October 7th. Siheyuan, God-level purchaser. Author, Idle Monkey Brother. Chapter 28. Coming out of the supply and marketing cooperative, the sky has been dark. After Lu Xiaoyi said goodbye to him, she returned home. Zhou Jingming also returned to the courtyard. Along the way, he straightened his waist and pulled his back, strode meteors and walked with the wind. As soon as I entered the courtyard, I met Yan Bagui, the third master who came back from teaching. The third master was lifting the 28 bars of his baby car up the steps. I couldn't see Zhou Jingming's face clearly, and looked at him wearing a cashmere tunic, and subconsciously thought that an important leader was coming. Leadership. Who are you looking for? I'm familiar with this courtyard, if you want to find someone, I'll find it for you. After speaking, he raised his head and saw Zhou Jingming's appearance clearly, and was quite surprised. Zhou Jingming, it's actually you. Zhou Jingming smiled. It's me, the third master. After confirming that it was Zhou Jingming, Yan Bagui carefully pushed his glasses and looked at him. The more I look, the more envious I be. Hey, cashmere tunics, this color, this quality, this is quite scrape. This set of clothes can't be less than 70 yuan, right? Yan Bagui looked at himself, the most precious set of Mao suits is cotton, and they are all about to be decolorized. But even if it hasn't faded, can it be compared with this cashmere tunic? 3 masters, you have a good eye, this set of tunics, 75 yuan. Zhou Jingming was about to leave, and the sharp-eyed third master saw the cloth pocket in his hand again. What's in this? Hold it over and open it to take a look. Good guy, it's another cashmere tunic suit, blue, better than the brown one he wears. He was sour. This outfit must not be less than 70, right? Zhou Jingming has nothing to hide. This set of 88. His. Yan Bagui gasped. Buy 2 sets of cashmere tunics, where did you get the tickets? No, you're not going to live anymore. His baby can't do the 28 bars, the permanent brand, is only 154 yuan, he has to wipe it 3 times a day. 2 sets of cashmere jackets cost 163. This. Third master, he didn't buy these 2 sets at all, Lu Xiaoyi bought them for him. Su Damao's angry words reached Yan Bagui's ears. Lu Xiaoyi. The 3 masters obviously don't know who Lu Xiaoyi is. Su Damao held his breath. Does the Lu family? No, our rolling mill has shares, and Lu Xiaoyi is the only daughter of the Lu family. Su Damao said this, don't mention how uncomfortable it is. Yan Bagui hissed again. Lu family. Lu family's daughter, how could she mix with Zhou Ziazi? Wait, I remembered. Aren't you going on a blind date with Lu Xiaoyi? The volcano in Su Damao's heart was ignited, and the fire was rushing and bubbling. Yes, Lu Xiaoyi is for a blind date with him. But I was cut off by Jingming this week. It's infuriating. Hateful. He originally wanted to poke Zhou Jingming behind his back, implying that it was not a good thing for him to let women buy clothes. As a result, Yan Bugui would obviously be wrong, and tear open his bloody wounds in one sentence. His face became gloomy. Three masters, you are old, there are some things that you should say, don't say if you don't say them. After saying that, he entered the courtyard angrily. Yan Bugui was sprayed inexplicably. This is so good, why is it suddenly so angry? Oh, it turned out that his blind date was snatched away by Josiazi. No wonder. Su Daimao almost spurted out a mouthful of old blood. Su Daimao entered the courtyard, and the more he thought about it, the more angry he became. Especially thinking of Lu Xiaoye's bright smile when she bought clothes for Zhou Jingming. The twinkling starlight in that eye. I panicked. No, you must not let Zhou Jingming wear those 2 sets of clothes to Lu's house. His eyes rolled, and those who knew him must know that he was holding back his bad moves. At this time, the stick terrier came out of the house and went to pee under the old tree in the corner. The stick terrier is 8 years old this year, which is the age when people hate dogs. Su Daimao looked down on this child the most. It's just that he Yuzhu, a fool, looks at people's sons like his own. Silly bird. He was about to leave when a brilliant idea came to him. Stick terrier, come here. He beckoned. Uncle Su gave you something delicious. The stick terrier is waiting for his parents to come home, and he has been hungry for a long time, and as soon as he heard that there is something good, he ran over with his pants in his arms. Uncle Su, what good things for me to eat? Su Daimao took out 5 cents from his pocket. Although the stick terrier is young, he has already understood the benefits of money. As soon as grandma has money, she hides it in a place where no one can find it. Mom and dad also have money all day long, can he not know that this is a good thing? I snatched it right away. Thank you, Uncle Su. The stick terrier was about to run home. Wait. Su Daimao took out another 2 yuan. Wobbling a little. The terrier's eyes are straight in no time. See these 2 big tickets. This money, buy fatty pork to eat, can you buy more than 2 caddies, do you know how much more than 2 caddies is? Su Daimao gestured, his eyes brightened, and he wanted to grab it, but Su Daimao held the money high. You can give this money, but you have to do one thing for your uncle, it's done, this money is yours. It's not done, you have to pay back the 5 cents you were given. Suck and slip. The stick terrier snorted hard. Uncle, what's the matter? Zhou Jingming knows, tomorrow, you go get a spittoon feces and urine, and when he comes out neatly dressed, you will splash the spittoon feces and urine on him. If he comes out with another change of clothes, you'll splash it again. You're done. Bar terrier bear a finger. Splash it twice, that's $4. Su Daimao's eyes widened. Little than a cub, people are not big and quite good at settling accounts, $1 at a time, don't fuck off. I'll listen to my uncle. You're optimistic. Su Daimao and the stick terrier discussed well, and the mood was much better. But not satisfied. No, I'll go to Lu's house tomorrow. Zhou Jingming doesn't want to perform well in the Lu family. Su Daimao thought about designing Zhou Jingming. Qin Huiru was waiting for Jia Dongxiu to go home at the door. Soon, Jia Dongxiu's figure buried in the twilight appeared, and Qin Huiru immediately greeted him diligently. A smile bloomed on his face. Dongxiu, the work is going well, isn't it? How is the rolling mill repaired? I got 2 movie tickets, let's go to the movies after dinner. Jia Dongxiu's face was gloomy, and he heard Qin Huiru say that he was going to go to the movies. The whole person was suddenly ignited, and with a wave of his hand. A loud slap in the face. Smack. Qin Huiru's face was numb. She covered her face, angry and aggrieved. But I was not surprised, and I did not dare to shout. Because this is not the first time Jia Dongxiu has beaten her. But this time I was beaten, it was inexplicable. Looking at Jia Dongxiu again, the whole person is like an angry beast, panting, and his eyes are red. Qin Huiru couldn't help but take 2 steps back, and the anger in his eyes dissipated. Dongxiu! Dongxiu, what's wrong with you? Jia Dongxiu roared like a lion. You look down on me. You all look down on me. None of you expects me to be good, but I'm afraid that I will surpass you. The rolling mill was not repaired, can you blame me? Can you blame me? Welcome the 7-day National Day holiday, read books and have fun, charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. To rush immediately, event period, October 1st to October 7th. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Siheyuan, God Level Purchaser. Author, Idle Monkey Brother. Chapter 29. Qin Huiru's heart suddenly groaned. I can't care about the pain in my face. Is there something wrong with repairing the rolling mill? Will it affect the upgrade? What does Uncle Yi say? The 3 questions came naturally, and Jia Dongxiu, who was in a fit of rage, was stunned. Qin Huiru's 3 questions, although they are all asked on the point. But these 3 questions did not take care of him himself. What she cares more about is his promotion rating. He is a rough man, and he knows very well that his wife is not wrong to care about this. Inevitably, he felt a sadness in his heart. She never cared if he did well in the factory, how hard he worked, or whether he was excluded. Something went wrong. But it will not affect the rating. My master, he's trying to figure out how to. Jia Dongxiu suddenly felt very bored, and he didn't even bother to lose his temper, so he entered the house unhappy. Qin Huiru is still not at ease. Chased and asked. Is it really okay? Doesn't it affect the rating? If you become a 3rd-class fitter, your salary can be raised to 44 yuan, he said. Our family's life will be relaxed from now on. Zhou Jingming's house. Zhou Jingming took out the raw peanut oil from the space in turn. An old hen shaved and slaughtered. 3 caddies of fat and thin pork belly. A large crucian carp, a pound of river shrimp. As well as processed green peppers, eggplant, beans. Lu Hongui rolled up the cover, and there would be no sudden disturbance without long eyes. Zhou Jingming moved the bed to the big sunny room. This room becomes a kitchen entirely. The old hen stewed in the jar, and after a while, the golden chicken soup was stewed. The meat is fragrant and rich. Even if you don't add any spices, the fragrance can't cover it. Take a bite. Fresh. Rarely lose your teeth. This old hen is worthy of being produced by the system. It is not as bland and tasteless as breeding chickens, or firewood, or sauce, a bite, crispy, and a kind of tenacity. It's definitely the kind of chicken that only runs a lot. After simmering the chicken broth, Zhou Jingming began to fry the pork belly. Brush the pot with a layer of excellent peanut oil, and then make it white as fat and red as blood, with a clear texture, like a snowflake. Put it in the pan and fry it, and after a while, the gravy and the aroma of peanut oil will exude an incomparable and wonderful fragrance. Simply fry and see deliciousness. Sprinkle with chopped green onions and put it on a plate, which looks very good. Then there is stewed crucian carp soup and stir-fried river shrimp. The high-quality river fresh produced by the system, there is no need to say, the quality is just one word, absolute. Green peppers, eggplant, beans, after the peanut oil, a plate of 3 fresh is ready. Verdant, purple brilliant, green refreshing. This dish of 3 fresh, you need to use oil to be fragrant. But these days, who dares to use oil like him? The annual ration of one person is only a few caddies, and a family of 4 is only a dozen caddies of oil. You have to save it when you use it. Be careful, use less if you can. Generally, I hold the oil wet pan, and it smells a little oily. For example, Chinhuero's family took pigskin and dipped it in the brush. The three masters are more economical, and they are all done with a few drops of oil. Zhou Jingming's cooking of these dishes is at least equivalent to the amount of oil used by other people's families for half a month. He has more than 200,000 caddies of peanuts in space, and he squeezes peanut oil to eat casually. He really doesn't care about this bit of oil. When the dish was ready, he threw off his cheeks and ate it. He now has a high need for nutrition. The appetite was also stretched. This meal is just right. Thinking about the food in the canteen of the rolling mill, he was not interested. After cleaning up the dishes and chopsticks, he made another braised chicken nuggets. Spicy fried eel. Fragrant sliced pork soup. Transfer them to the space and hold them, eat them as you go, take them out as if they were put them in. I almost forgot, I'm going to Lu Xiaoye's house for dinner tomorrow. Eat these for breakfast, it's a bit greasy. After thinking about it, the high-quality wheat in the space immediately began to peel, grind into fine white noodles, and then quickly knead them into strips of wide, narrow, and fine noodles. Immediately dried, into sections, bundles, sorted into warehouses. Take out a portion of the fragrant noodles. Zhou Jingming got up the pot again, fried eggs, added water, boiled noodles, put shredded meat, and finally sprinkled with chopped green onions. A bowl of fragrant eggs, meat, shredded green onion noodles is ready. Scoop another half-spoonful of lard. That incense. No, it's not good for soy sauce. When I have time to go back, I can steam some soybeans to make soy sauce. Zhou Jingming pondered. Actually, he still wants to make tofu. But tofu needs brine. This thing involves chemical changes, at his current system level. But I can't do it. But make some soy milk, that's not a big problem. I made a dozen more fritters. Zhou Jingming stopped with satisfaction. Tomorrow morning eat noodles, fritters, and drink a bowl of soy milk. The rest of the dishes, eat them during work hours. After arranging what he wanted to eat, Zhou Jingming locked the kitchen door. Go into the bedroom and sleep. The food produced by the system is really nutritious. It's winter, and the snow is whizzing outside. But he was so hot that he didn't even have to cover the thin quilt. The firepower is big. He couldn't help but laugh. It seems that these meals, eaten by ordinary people, can also greatly improve their physique. Tomorrow for Lu Xiaoye's house, prepare more. Now Zhou Jingming didn't expect that once his food was circulated in large quantities in the market, it would be an existence that could change the world pattern. Zhou Jingming is so happy cooking here, it is tinkling for a long time. The spatula touches constantly. The aroma of meat and vegetables rushed up along the smoke and was blown by the north wind. It can really be described as a fragrance of 10 miles. I don't know how many gluttonous insects have been seduced, and how many people have been tempted to think that they don't belong. Where's the scent? This is an old hen stew, it smells so good. Who's frying meat, it's so fragrant. Who's so extravagant, but it's a day, and they actually use peanut oil. I smell the fried shrimp, it's so fragrant. One after another came out of the warm room, trying to find out whose house was cooking in the cold wind. Unfortunately, they are not destined to find it. This night, I don't know how many people lost sleep in the overflow of saliva. Zhou Jingming had a good night's sleep. Early the next morning, Zhou Jingming got up from the bed. The cold of the early morning did not make him feel uncomfortable, but made him feel particularly fresh. He's getting used to life here and he's starting to enjoy it. I don't have to stay up late to swipe my phone, and it feels good to go to bed early and get up early. Scientific and technological progress has brought convenience to people. But it's also easy to get addicted to. Once you get caught up in it, you really lose a lot of fun. On the contrary, in this simple era, Zhou Jingming gradually found the meaning of life. After washing, Zhou Jingming took out fritters, soy milk, and noodles from the space and ate them beautifully. Good breakfast, energy for the day. Let's see that the time agreed with Lu Xiaoyi is almost up. He put on the blue Zhongshan cashmere jacket and set off with 2 large cotton bags. In these 2 cotton pockets, what is prepared is a gift for the Lu family. 20 high-quality pork, 10 caddies of the best peanuts, 2 superlative old hens, and 10 caddies of noodles added in the back. A full 50 pounds of things. But with his current physique, it's like a joke to mention this. When carrying things and passing by the courtyard where Qin Huiru lived, suddenly, a small figure rushed around the corner, holding a spittoon in his hand. When he opened the lid, he splashed the yellow and smelly stuff inside on Zhou Jingming. Welcome the 7-day National Day holiday, read books and have fun, charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. To rush immediately, event period, October 1st to October 7th. Siheyuan, God-level purchaser. Author, Idle Monkey Brother. Chapter 30. The people around looked at Zhou Jingming dressed like Zhou Zhang, and carried 2 packs of rare good things in his hands. A thought. You can see what he means. Yes, who would wear such good clothes, carry such good things, and carry such a good thing, and still carry a spittoon? This is completely inhuman. And it's not convenient. I didn't see that Zhou Jingming's 2 hands were full. Which hand did he use to hold the spittoon? Then there is only one possibility. This spittoon feces was brought by the stick terrier itself. Then why did he frame Zhou Jingming? Suspicious gaze, looking at the stick terrier. Although the stick terrier is small, it is particularly sensitive to eye changes. Although these people didn't say it, they already knew that his lies were exposed. His face became flustered. How well the uncle knows him, he immediately knows what he has done. While everyone didn't ask. Let's start with that. Stick terrier, did you go to pour the spittoon, ran in a hurry, and accidentally bumped into Uncle Joe? Although the stick terrier didn't know why Uncle Yi asked this, he instinctively felt that Uncle Yi would protect him. Hurriedly nodded. Yes, yes. Uncle Yi, it's not that I'm in a hurry, it's that he trips me. He did it on purpose. At this time, the stick terrier was still thinking about harming Zhou Jingming. Uncle Yi frowned slightly, but he didn't pierce the stick terrier. Instead, he continued to attack on this sentence. Xiaozhou, this kid is a little naughty. But you won't trip him on purpose. Zhou Jingming raised his eyebrows. Yi Zonghai is going to give him the charge of bullying children and being vicious. But as shrewd as he is, didn't he think that there were so many loopholes in this? If I'm not mistaken, the public toilet should be in the opposite direction, right? How heartless is this child, holding a spittoon in a circle on a winter morning? Listening to Zhou Jingming's words, everyone thought again. Hey, really? Zhou Jingming took 2 steps to the corner. Wow, there's a spittoon here. Everyone went over and looked, and there really was another one. Now the evidence is conclusive, it's basically the stick terrier that got 2 spittoons. Who do you want to throw feces on? It's just that I didn't expect to be splashed on myself. Suddenly, everyone's eyes were a little disgusted when they looked at the stick terrier. Kid bear, it's not a big deal. They all came from bear children. But you're going to splash people with a spittoon, it's not just a bear, it's broken. What's even more excessive is that it can't be done by pouring feces, and it also lies and wrongs people. How can the Geo family raise such a baby? My child wants this, I can beat him to the ground. I was misled by him just now, and I thought Xiaozhou had gone too far. The stick terrier is small, but he understands words. He was now covered in feces and water, and he was talked about by everyone, and finally couldn't help it, and he started crying. His crying made Yi Zonghai feel distressed. Holding the stick terrier in his arms, Wen Yan said, "Good boy, don't cry. Don't cry, ouch." The stick terrier cried and said loudly, "Grandpa, I'm not wrong. Woo woo, I'm not wrong. I just wanted to pour the spittoon, I didn't want to splash him, woo woo woo. He wronged me, he wronged me. It's all like this, and he still doesn't admit that he's wrong." An uncle touched his hair. "Yes, you're right, you're right. It's too cold this day, let's go home, change this outfit and take a shower. Go back, Grandpa will buy you a new padded jacket. Ouch, stop crying." At this time, Qin Huiru and Jia Dongxiu came out. The two first saw everyone gathered around. I was stunned. Then I saw an uncle holding a stick stock full of yellow water. The stick terrier is crying sadly. Qin Huiru immediately shouted, Who did this? Tell me, how did you get like this?" Qin Huiru rushed over violently. She, as a mother, naturally won't dislike her child for being dirty and smelly. Anxious, he hugged the stick stock with an uncle, wiped his hair and touched his face. Jia Dongxiu is a short-tempered man. Looking at his favorite son like this, he is as angry as a bull. I was about to shout. Suddenly seeing this scene, the whole person seemed to be frozen. I couldn't say the words in my mouth half loudly. His eyes gradually became weird. Shocked, strange, incredulous, angry, skeptical, disappointed. Mixed and extreme emotions surround him. Let him involuntarily think of a trace of the past, a little bit. Why does the master always care about Qin Huiru inexplicably? Why does the master occasionally give him some meat tickets, cotton tickets, and face tickets? Why do you think the master is too unusually good? For stick terriers. Originally, although he was a little strange about these things before, he wondered if it would be for the sake of his apprentice's face. But now, a terrible suspicion, but inexplicably rising in my heart. The more you stop, the more noisy it is. Under the dominance of this idea, he couldn't think at all. I just snorted angrily and walked away directly. This made the people around the crowd very puzzled. Jia Dongxiu, what's the situation? His son is like this, he doesn't even care. I think he seems to be provoked, maybe the two of them are arguing. Hey, he's getting angry with this kid. I'm angry with me. No matter how angry he is, it's his own species, can he care about it? I think he is very fond of the terrier, and he has to carry this kid every time he comes home from work. Qin Huiru shook violently and looked at the first uncle, with some panic in his eyes. But she immediately explained. Dongxiu, this is thinking about the rolling mill. No matter how much you think about the rolling mill, you can't go first. As for Uncle Yi, a deep wisp flashed in his eyes, and he glanced at Jia Dongxiu's back. Dongxiu is concerned about the big things in the factory. Huiru, you take the child back to change clothes and take a bath first. I changed my clothes and went to the factory. He said. The rolling mill thing can't be delayed. The two sang and harmonized, and this matter was rounded. As for Zhou Jingming, he didn't mention it. Zhou Jingming watched a good show with a cold eye. I don't plan to delve into this now. After all, Lu Xiaoyi came to pick him up immediately. As for Jia Dongxiu, on TV, Jia Dongxiu died due to a work-related injury. Could it be that he suspects something that shouldn't be suspected? In the TV series, there has been no mention of how Jia Dongxiu died, only that he died of a work injury. Later, Qin Huiru has been taking his salary. Qin Huiru, an apprentice, how did he get the salary of a first-class worker? Jingming, here. A sky blue Shanghai Phoenix car stopped at the entrance of the courtyard. Lu Xiaoyi, who was wearing a brown camel hair top, black camel hair pants, and a pair of women's boots, got out of the car. Greeted Zhou Jingming happily. Lu Xiaoyi just ran over and suddenly smelled a foul smell. Naturally, pinch your nose. Oh, what does this smell like? It stinks. Look at the stick terrier with a scorched face. Lu Xiaoyi was shocked. What kind of is this kid? She was really just shocked. Nothing else is bad. However, her appearance was too stylish, and she came in a car. How rare cars were back then. This kind of Phoenix brand car, there are only a few in the country. That's something that ordinary people can't even think of. Lu Xiaoyi is dressed so brightly and beautifully. She has no ill intentions though. But for Qin Huiru, her words were not malicious. But it was ridicule and ridicule of her. Look at Lu Xiaoyi. Look at her again. She also had a lot of feces and urine on her body, face, and hands. The whole person also stinks. But what about Lu Xiaoyi? But it's so glamorous. Obviously they are all women. And they are all beautiful women. Why is life so different? God is so unfair. Qin Huiru knew very well that she couldn't compare with Lu Xiaoyi at all. But I don't know why, she burned with jealousy. This wisp of jealousy is on fire. Can't be extinguished.